You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio on ESPN Radio 1700. Now, live in studio, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Great weekend. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend. Today being, unless you are in Massachusetts, today being tax day, not probably what anybody is really excited about. Ow! I think that's the wrong sound effect anyway. Oh! Yeah, there we go. Yeah, tax day. Massachusetts, they get to wait until tomorrow because they've got a holiday today. It is Patriots Day in Massachusetts. I believe they are running their marathon there. I will not be participating in the marathon.
What are you doing?
I don't even like to drive marathons, no less run a marathon. Just personal opinion. Now, once again, we are celebrating National Animal Cracker Day today as well. And if you are into electricity, I saw this at first. I'm thinking, okay, we are broadcasting our flagship station, ESPN Radio. I saw this. I saw it's National Lineman Appreciation Day. And I thought, well, shouldn't that be during football season?
You know better than that.
Yeah, well, they're talking about linemen, like the guys that are up on those big old cranes or buckets and doing work on our power. Now, to me, I'm just not there. I must admit, I've got a bit of a phobia for heights. So, linemen, I appreciate you. I will not be joining you in one of those buckets that sway and go up in the air and all that good stuff. Just not my cup of tea. But what I do chat about on a regular basis is I am interested in sharing the information to get rid of the need for more of those electrical lines. And we shared this, I believe it was Friday. I got a lot of commentary over the weekend on folks that were listening to parts of the broadcast Friday when Green Eileen was with us, and we were chatting about all the different places where you can go and get money, free money.
More money, more money, more money.
So the state of California does have these various programs. Eileen sent me the list of all these different rebates that the state has available. Southern California Edison, San Diego Gas and Electric, State of California, Southern California Water District, all of these different rebate programs. Santa Margarita Water District, SoCal Gas, all of these different facilities. So I went and looked, and then I saw that the California Association of Realtors have a rebate program when you get that HERS rating. So my question, and I posed this on Facebook, did your real estate professional, did your lender share with you the information about the HERS rebate that is available from the California Association of Realtors? Now, why is that important? Well, you need that HERS rating in order to qualify for the discounts up to $6,500. $6,500 in energy efficient upgrades. Now, I don't know about you. I am a bit thrifty. I like the idea, wherever possible, of saving some money. And if I can minimize my expenses for utilities, boy, that sounds like a great one to me. And then if I can do that with discounts from the state or rebates from the state, rebates from the local utilities, and then on top of that, get it done with no money down, 100% financing, and not have to pay for it until starting in December of 2017, to me, that sounds wonderful.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Well, that is the truth. Those discounts are all available. And I'm just going to share with you that I've got a lot of commentary on it. I hope that you've got the information. If you didn't, boy, you got to take advantage of these things. There are some great, great programs out there. And if you can take advantage of $6,500 or some portion of that, what do you think? To me, that just makes total sense that you explore it. Now, whether you do it or not, that's up to you. Totally up to you. But my thinking is how do you make an educated decision when you're not educated? Doesn't that make sense to go and at least look and see what's available? Maybe you weren't thinking right now about getting a new air conditioning unit. Probably not the best time of year to get the air conditioning unit. But I'll tell you something. If the money's available, and who knows how long it'll be available, not bad. How about the DC-powered pool pump? To me, again, another one of those things that just makes common sense to look into it. Whether you're thinking about this, whether you've been thinking about it, amazing to me how you just take a look at some of these items and save money. I'll put you in touch with, I don't sell any of it. I make nothing by sharing the information with you. It's the idea is how do I call myself a consumer advocate when I don't bring you some of these tools that will help you? Now, I had an accountant at one time. Very, very good accountant. I was in a different industry back then. And his comment to me was, Ron, if you have a professional that you're working with and they don't bring some method of you making money or saving money at least every third time they're out to see you, replace them. He said, because we all know these tools, these tricks, these concepts, yet some people choose to share them, some people don't choose to share them. I'm going to share with you quite a few of them today. I've been accumulating them every once in a while when I am chatting with you solo in studio. Get a little more opportunity to share some of this information with you. So that's what we're going to do today. In addition to sharing with you the fact that you may not be aware of it, but I pulled out the crystal ball over the weekend, and there are going to be some great reductions in interest rates, in home loan rates, coming up very, very soon. And I want you to be aware of those. I want you to be aware of how you can take advantage of the upcoming drop. And I've got that crystal ball. Can't guarantee anything. But, crystal balls aren't always the greatest in the world. They're not always 100%. But I am going to tell you that this one seems to be pretty good, and it's been working fairly well for a good amount of time. Interest rates are going to drop early next month. I believe we will see the 10-year Treasury somewhere around 1.4 will be the yield on that. 1.4 yield, maybe even down as low as a 1.2 yield on the 10-year U.S. Treasury. Now, when that happens, that will generally drive mortgage rates down as well. How do you take advantage of that right now? How do you take advantage of that for you and your family today? Well, if you follow what I've been chatting about, I just said that the rates are going to be their lowest in May. Yeah, we're about 2 weeks away from May. If you wait until then, probably be a little bit too late, but I'm going to share more about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. If you're thinking of selling, is now the time? Mortgage rates hit 2016 low. What do you think about buying? They're already there for the low for buying. And why many renters in Orange County are feeling the squeeze, not the burn, the squeeze. We'll talk about all of that. You can reach us anytime. Call the off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
What if your family business could help clothe a less fortunate family? Or your restaurant could feed truly hungry people? What if you could help to comfort the lonely? Plant sustainable resources where nothing has ever grown before? Or make a child's lifelong wish come true? What if all you had to do was simply do nothing more than what your business already does every day? Would you do it? Introducing Processing for a Cause, a unique program that turns a percentage of your business's credit card volume into ongoing donation dollars for nonprofit organizations and foundations. Simply switch your credit card processing provider to Processing for a Cause and begin supporting a worthy cause today. The process is simple, and the cause will change lives forever. Processing for a Cause.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel Radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission, lending partners will give a credit at closing, the title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by your household board of directors. And if you don't have a household board of directors, shame on you. We've been talking about it for oh so long. You know, it's amazing, and I'm going to share a quick story with you before I get into the segment of the household board of directors. Got a call. We obviously get a lot of calls on a regular basis. And because we have such a wide variety of guests coming in on the radio program, we get calls on some of the most unique things. So a young man, tragic story, young man, his parents are out on a motorcycle ride and they get in an auto accident. And the young man's mom is killed. Dad is very, very despondent. And 3 months later, he is deceased as well. The young man has no idea of anything about family income, family economics, family wealth. And there's a house. He's the only child. And in looking, well, he doesn't know. He finds out later that there is no will, there is no trust. And he's left to try and figure out what to do. And we've been able to assist in putting him in touch with the right people because he knew to check in with us, and we were able to get him to attorneys and bankers and a lot of other professionals to try and resolve and educate him, get the property into probate so he doesn't lose it to foreclosure. Doesn't have the money to make a mortgage payment. He's only in his early 20s. But there's a lot of equity there. These are the reasons why I chat with you on a regular basis. You need a household board of directors. Had his mom and dad been listeners, had they taken care of a will, a trust, looked into insurance to protect their mortgage, there might have been some benefit. He might not have had to go through, in addition to going through the grief of losing his mom and his dad, also going through the issue of trying to become financially savvy in a very, very quick period of time and under the greatest levels of stress. For your kids' sake, for your family's sake, text ATP to 79564, ATP to 79564. Set up that household board of directors. Get the will, the trust in place so that when tragedy happens, and we never know when it does, your kids don't have to go through what this young man has been going through. They don't have to experience what he's been experiencing. Again, text ATP 79564. If you're thinking of selling your home, is now the time. If you thought about selling your house this year, now may be the time to do it. I've been sharing this with you. There's no time like the present. Yeah, that would have been better if you did it 3 months ago, which is when we started telling you, hey, if you're thinking about it, the time might be right now. But you know something? There is no time like the present. And the reason I say that is because you can't turn the clock back. I just saw last week there were a lot of price reductions on properties. Now, there are some different reasons why that happens. Many of the times, the reason that happens has to do with the fact that people were trying to list their houses at an unrealistic pricing, and now realism is coming in. The inventory of homes now is still below historic norms. Buyer demand is skyrocketing. We were still in high school when we learned the concept of supply and demand. The best time to sell something is when supply of that item is low and demand for that item is high. That defines today's real estate market. And I'm going to chat a little bit about some folks that think there's a bubble. Unbelievable how they can be sending out this information, spewing this, scaring the public. Jonathan Smoke, chief economist for Realtor.com, in a recent article revealed that, and I'll quote, would-be buyers face a dilemma. There will be more homes on the market over each week of the next 3 to 4 months, but there will also be even more prospective buyers. We are entering the busiest season of home buying with the lowest amount of inventory in 3 years. To be competitive, buyers should get pre-approved for a mortgage and be ready to act quickly if they find a home that meets their needs, unquote. Smoke continued. Listings are growing as they normally do this time of year, but because demand has been growing faster than supply, homes are selling faster. So the monthly trend is the normal seasonal pattern that the year-over-year decline is reflective of demand being stronger than supply for more than a year, which is resulting in fewer homes available and faster moving inventory, unquote. In this type of market, a seller may hold a major negotiating advantage when it comes to price and other aspects of the real estate transaction, including inspection, appraisal, and financing contingencies. As a potential seller, you're in the driver's seat right now. It may be time to hit the gas, make that decision. Give us a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let me put you in touch with a real estate professional in your neighborhood. Again, that's part of the ATP program, Area Trusted Professionals. If you want me, without them even knowing about it, to send you or our staff, I can't get all of them for you, but a valuation of your property. Again, just text PAIR, P-E-A-R, Professional Equity Analysis Review, and we'll send you a valuation of your property so you can get an idea of what the value is. There is such a disconnect right now amongst the people who believe they know the value of their property and what their value really is. There is a tremendous disconnect. People are still... It's amazing how we can talk about this over and over, and people still are missing the point of what their values are, where they can go, what they can do in their properties. The value of the property is going to be set by the market. It's always set by the market. But the issue comes up is to understanding how much equity you have. And Freddie Mac has done surveys telling us over and over again that people just don't understand the value of their property. They're underestimating. They're still thinking that we're back several years ago where they don't have any equity. 93.3% of the homes in the state of confusion have positive equity in their property. 93.3. And we still get a lot of folks saying that they don't have any. 72.6% actually have more than 20% equity in their property. 72% actually have more. 81% of California has more than 20% equity. 81% has more than 20% equity. So think about that. When you understand those various numbers, you should start understanding that if you've been waiting to buy your next house, you need a house with more bedrooms. You got that starter home with 2 bedrooms, great, get into the game. Maybe you bought a loft, maybe you have 1 bedroom. You got in the game, you didn't think that you've got equity, but now I'm telling you the statistics, and they're not statistics that I come up with. I don't make up these things. I can share it with you. CoreLogic is the one that's come up. Fannie Mae and CoreLogic are doing all of these different numbers. CoreLogic, great company, well known, well respected for valuations of properties. And they're the ones coming up saying 93.3% have positive equity, 81% have significant equity. They define significant as greater than 20%. So the question becomes, why are people waiting to buy? Why are people waiting to sell? Obviously, that's what drives our economy. Now, are you waiting for interest rates to go lower? 3.62%, 30-year fixed rate APOR. 3.62% is this week's APOR on a 30-year fixed rate loan. I don't know if you're going to qualify for that number. I don't even know if you have to pay that much. Think about that one. I know that I looked earlier. The VA loans are significantly below that. The FHA loans significantly below that number. And if you bought with an FHA loan or if you bought with a VA loan in the last 6 months, 12 months, have you looked into the idea of a potential refinance? FHA has their Streamline program, FHA Streamline loan. The VA has what they call an interest rate reduction loan. Both of those are quick-moving programs that allow you to reduce your payment, but only if you get started, if you get in the game. Now, you heard me say in the last segment that interest rates, I believe, are going to go down further. So why would I be suggesting you get into the game now? Well, that's an easy answer as well. The idea is you got to get your paperwork in. You got to get your processing going. If you need an appraisal, and on the interest rate reduction loan and the FHA Streamline loan, many instances you do not need an appraisal. But if you need an appraisal, you want to get that done. That way everything is all teed up. So when those rates drop, your lender, a great lender like our friends at VIP Mortgage, they are ready to get you into that new loan at the lowest possible price because you've been planning for it. If you remember that word, we talk about planning on Ron Siegel Radio all the time. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, yes, the mortgage rates did hit an 2016 low. Should you be buying now? Why many renters in Orange County feel squeezed. That might answer part of that question, and we will continue the conversation. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel, #1, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete the 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel lending team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel lending team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Are you ready to overcome your biggest blocks with money and time? Your solution? Big Profits Now World Summit. The best skills and strategies to double and triple your business profits without doubling or tripling the work. This summit has gathered 24 experts specializing in business growth. It's a free online event that's happening now. Go immediately to claim your free ticket at bigprofitsnowlive.com. Enter your name and email and receive these free video interviews directly to your inbox. Again, that's bigprofitsnowlive.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
37% of American homeowners believe they have over 20% equity in their homes. Fannie Mae tells us 69% of American homeowners have over 20% equity in their homes. Fully 1 in 3 American homeowners are not informed about the amount of equity they have in their homes. Are you one of them? How might this be holding you back from achieving your goals? Text RSR CMA to 79564 to get a property valuation from one of the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Again, to know how much your home is really worth, simply text RSR CMA to 79564.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you, actually, why don't we do the Word on Wealth? It'll be that'll kind of tie in a little bit better. Word on Wealth segment brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. I know you do, you have a credit report, and it's wrong. We know that as well. The question becomes, why is it wrong? And how do you correct it? So here's the issue is we know that every credit report is wrong. The reason we know every credit report is wrong is because we've been looking at them for so many years that you just understand that after a while it's the way it is. They're all wrong. I think the bureaus benefit when they're wrong. That's just my personal opinion. So when they make these errors, when they do these things like this, the issue becomes, the real question becomes for you, what do you do about it? Well, I hear this all the time. I've another one of those commentaries from over the weekend just amazes me that folks are considered. They tell me a year ago, 2 years ago, I've talked to them, and I hear, well, you know something, my credit I just don't have the credit to buy a house. And I said, okay, have you called our friends over at creditsanitizer.com? No, I haven't done that yet. I'm going to rent. And I just look at them with such, disbelief that why is it that people want to continue renting? Why is it that they want to continue to pay somebody else's mortgage when they could pay their own mortgage? Maybe they can't pay their own mortgage. I don't know. Maybe that's where the problem, maybe that's where our disconnect is that they just don't, they like paying somebody else's mortgage. They're really nice people. So my question comes up on a regular basis is, why? Why not pay that other person's mortgage? Why not change that and do your own? Take care of your own. Take care of your own family. Instead of worrying consistently about paying someone else's mortgage, then the next step comes up, and I hear them say, well, my rent went up. Because you're going to pay for housing one way or another. People are paying housing either way, right? I mean, we know that part of it is true as well, is you got to pay housing. And then you don't look into the idea that with a 3.62 APOR, 30-year fixed rate loan, you wonder why. Why is it that somebody won't? I'm just going to look it up real quick because I'm looking here. Orange County, instead of buying, there was an article that came out just in the over the weekend, why many renters in Orange County feel squeezed. And I think it fits San Diego, Riverside, San Bernardino, Los Angeles. The numbers may be a little bit different, but the concept is still the same. Orange County apartment rents, the highest in the area, are forecast to rise by $149 a month. 149, up 9.4% from where they were last year. 9.4%. Rent going up 9.4%. Now, when you think about that concept, and then you think that we've got this unbelievably low interest rate environment, you have to wonder, why is it that people are still considering the idea of renting? Do they not know where they want to live? Are they thinking that prices are going to drop? What is the issue? Why is it? And in fact, I'd love you to send me an email or a text message or a tweet. Ron at ronsiegelradio.com or at Ron Siegel. Send it to me right now. Why is it that people think that renting is such a good idea? Now, I've shared the thought with you. Part of that thought has to do with that some people just think that they cannot buy a home. Some people think that they can't go and start out at the top. That's another issue that just drives me nuts. They can't start out with that single family, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house with a pool, and they wonder why. And I'm going to tell you, just get in the game. Get in the game. I'm going to look right now because I can. And I'm sitting, if you're watching me here, ronsiegelradio.tv. I'm just I'm plugging the numbers right into the little computer system right now to see what is happening on the lowest of the down payment. Well, not the lowest, pretty close to the lowest. We'll look at two programs right here. The lowest down payment is always going to be the VA loan. And if you're looking at a VA loan, no down payment, the APR, 3.375. APR 3.375. 3.375. Now, on a $416,000 loan on that VA, you're looking at under $3,000 a month, $2,873 a month. Again, you have to qualify and all that other good stuff. But I'm looking at that, and then you start saying, okay, well, you're going to be able to write off a portion of it off of your taxes. So it's going to be even less than that. Now remember, because I get a lot, here's another question we get all the time. Ron, how am I going to possibly pay let's call it $2,900 a month on this program? Holy cow, there's one that just popped up. 3% VA loan. 3%, and it's 3% APR. Think about that one, because it's so cheap. Unbelievable. So let's think about this. Oh, I'm sorry, that's why. That's a 15-year now. We don't want to do that. You don't want to do a 50. I saw this one online too. Well, 15-year loans, yes or no? I'm going to put that down to talk about that in a minute. No, don't do it. But again, I'm going to go back to this one. So we've got a 3.375 principal and interest payment, $1,839. $1,839. The other number I gave you, that was a 15-year loan. I don't want you to do that. $1,839, 3.375 APR on a loan. Now think about that. Think about that. Because if you're paying in Orange County, the average apartment is like $1,900. $1,882, I think, was the last time I saw it. So call that $1,900. And you get no tax write-off on that. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. Or you can go in this scenario, $1,839 on a VA loan, principal and interest. You have to add your taxes, insurance, if there's a HOA. That's all got to be added to it. But you don't have to worry about that increase that I was just telling you about, that when you have no inventory available, when the inventory of available homes is zilch, nil, you have to figure that the prices are going to go up. It's supply and demand. Now, if you go and you get into the game and you're able to buy a house, FHA loans 3.5% down, VA loans no money down. There's also down payment assistance programs that'll help you get all of the down payment and all of the closing costs, so you have nothing out of pocket. Maybe a $500 appraisal. Think about, you get that even back, I think, in many instances. Think about these options. $1,839 with a 3.375 APR. I don't know if you're going to qualify. I can't tell you that. Generally, an FHA and a VA loan, they're about the easiest there are to qualify for with these minimal down payments. So why rent? It brings me back to the same idea. When you're buying, and I'll answer the question right now. There's two questions we've got open. One of them is, I've heard some people say there's a bubble. Well, one of the big institutions, I think it came out of Wharton School, they came up with the definition of a bubble is prices going up because prices are going up. Now, the question I would ask you right now is, are prices going up because prices are going up, or are prices going up because of a diminished, or there's a lack of supply? We've talked about that. We know that there's a lack of supply. There just is not enough inventory available. We don't have inventory. We don't have houses for people to buy. Thus, pricing is going up because of economics 101. Then we look and we say, okay, well, will it continue? Well, the issue there comes to a couple of different thoughts. Will it continue to go up? Will there continue to be a increased demand? And the answer to that question is yes. Demand is continuing to increase. Why? Well, we've been holding off on buying property. I shared with you the numbers earlier about so many people not believing that they have equity in their property. Now, when they think there's no equity in their property, they don't act. They don't buy the next bigger house. They wait. Well, we look at the statistics there. Historically, people are moving every 6 years. In the last 4 or 5 years, that number has jumped up to every 9 years. Now, did history change? Did people change? Did our families change? No. The thing that changed is people's belief about the equity they have in their property after the Great Recession. They figured, well, there's no equity here. I can't sell. We're going to have to squeeze into this 2-bedroom house, even though we've got 3 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, mom and dad. Man, it's tight. Well, you don't have to anymore. Those opportunities are there for you to go and get that bigger house. Call us, 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with the right people. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the mortgage rates, they're way down. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to act? You can reach me anytime. Call the off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a loved one who wants to stay in their home, but you have health concerns about it? The Preferred Care team understands the challenges of caring for your loved ones. Their goal is to keep seniors as independent as possible while maintaining their health, safety, and overall well-being. Whether you need just a few hours a week or 24-hour care, Preferred Care caregivers are trained to meet your needs. Call Preferred Care at 714-696-9150. That's 714-696-9150. Or visit preferredcare.com.
Attention homeowner 62 and older. Do you worry if you can afford to keep your home? Are you concerned about paying all your monthly expenses? Or do you simply wish you could live a better retirement? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may qualify for a program that can help. It's called FHA Reverse Mortgage. It's insured by the federal government. You'll receive tax-free money. You aren't required to make any monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home. Siegel Lending Team is a local leader in FHA reverse mortgages. Call free to get your free reverse mortgage guide, free custom quote. And when you call now, you can get all your questions answered by local experts. There is no monthly mortgage payment and tax-free money you can use for healthcare expenses, home improvements, or just live a better retirement with peace of mind. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-1990 to get your free reverse mortgage guide and quote. You'll also find them on the web at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Call 800-306-1990 now.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
La Casa del Zorro Resort and Spa is a magical desert oasis offering 26 pools and full-service spa treatments created to relax, rejuvenate, and reward the soul. Call 760-767-0100.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by VIP Mortgage. Any of the programs that we have talked about, VIP has those programs. All you need to do is give me a call at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with the right folks there and see if we can help you with buying a new home, selling your home, refinancing, getting that interest rate reduction loan, the FHA Streamline loan. That's all those different programs are available. Our friends at VIP Mortgage has all of them. The mortgage rates, they hit a 2016 low. They're heading lower again. What do you do about it? Is now the time to buy? Well, the 30-year fixed rates, lowest since May of 2013. May of 2013, according to Freddie Mac. And again, I talked to you about the APOR rate, 3.62. The 30-year fixed rate, 3.58 is the Freddie Mac. Got to buy that down with a little bit, a half a point on average, down from the week before. 15-year loan. I see this one posted all the time. You know what the 15-year loan is good for? You know what the 20-year loan is good for? Those are good for advertising. So you can come up with a 15-year interest rate at 2.86 with a half a point. Again, that's advertising. It is not good if you are in the wealth accumulation phase of your life. Why would you want to use a 15-year loan? If you're working hard, why would you want a 15-year loan? Why would you want a 20-year loan? Why would you want a 10-year loan? Think about what those loans do. They put more money into the equity of your property, and the equity in your home is the highest risk investment you can have. Why is it high risk? Well, if you need the money, you can't get it. Think about this. Try and get a loan if you're hurt, or if you are disabled, or if you get a disease. You can't get a loan then. But you got a lot of equity, which is making you absolutely nothing. What is the rate of return on home equity? 0. You get a 0 rate of return on home equity. So would you put money, you could put money into a 10-year treasury right now and get almost 0, right? The 10-year treasury, not a great investment right now, but that's paying 1.78%. That's better than home equity because at least you have access to it if you need it. When you have home equity, again, get a disease. I talked to you about the young man whose parents were in a auto accident and he lost both his parents. Lots of equity in the property, but he can't get at it. He's in trouble right now. We had to try and really bail out this young man because there's equity in the property as opposed to liquid assets. Liquid, safe, secure assets. So you don't want that 10-year loan. You don't want the 20-year loan. They're great programs for the bank. They're great programs for advertising. They do you absolutely no good in financial planning. We've even talked with our friends in the reverse mortgage world for the seniors. Have the standby reverse mortgage so that if you need money, you can write a check for it and you don't lose equity. Now, we saw in 2007, 2008, 2009, people that had home equity, not only do they have no access to their money, no liquidity on their money, no rate of return, and they could lose it. Really? Now, if you take that money and you put it into safe, secure, guaranteed, or insured investments, some of them that are just as tax advantaged as home equity, think about that concept. Again, I don't sell any of these things. I'll put you in touch with the people that do. Pat Moran has the investments. Ali Ferguson has the investment vehicles that are far better than home equity. And then you can even take and buy another piece of property so you don't have the equity. The asset is what makes you money. It's the appreciation of the asset, the appreciation of real estate. Now, I am a big proponent, big time in favor. You hear me preaching, evangelizing all the time that you want to own real estate. Great investment. The equity, the amount of equity you have in the property, that's what's a bad investment. Take the money out. Put it to use. Put it to work. If I said to you put the money under your pillow, you'd probably laugh at me. Well, a lot of people laugh at me. But here's the idea. You get that money out and get it to work in a safe, secure investments, and then you're much better off in the long run. Your family's much better off. Again, if you have this catastrophe like we're dealing with this young man, it's not in another world. He's in Orange County, California. It's going on right now today. And something that happens every day. Look in the news. Have you ever seen a car accident in the news? Do you know anybody that, well, I guess there's a few people that have planned car accidents, but very rarely do people plan on a car accident. Somebody crossing the street in La Quinta, I saw that report came across the wires over the weekend. They've got the Coachella Festival going on. Somebody crossing the street gets hit by somebody else. Family catastrophe. Happens all the time. But we move forward. There are still people that don't hear the message. Yeah, let's look at some fun. What else is in the news? Oil prices. Have you seen what's going on in oil? This is another one of those interesting stories. Over the weekend, as per the norm, the oil-producing countries could not get together and could not come to some idea on who wants to limit the amount of oil being produced and to what levels. So we're seeing again that oil prices are dropping because the supply is going to go up. So oil's down. It's down just a little bit, $39.97 right now, down 39 cents. I'm going to tell you that that's going to be the catalyst. That will be the catalyst for why we see the 10-year U.S. Treasury money, that's going to go up. The price of the Treasury will go up, which means the yield, the percentage rate, will go down. It will continue to drop. That's why I'm telling you right now, get in place to do that refinancing if you've been contemplating it. Even if you haven't been contemplating it and you've had your property less than or your loan, what did I just share with you? That we're right now at lowest rates that we've had since 2013. So if we're at the lowest rate since 2013, what that really should be telling you is that if you've had your loan less than, or if you got your loan between May of 2013 and today, maybe you should be contemplating whether you should be restructuring that loan, saving yourself and your family a little bit of money. Just a thought for you right there. So with interest rates, in my opinion, they're going to go down because oil is going to continue to go down as these countries produce more, even though we still look and we still see that the gas prices were up a little bit again, $2.11.4 nationally, $2.78, $2.78.5 right here in the state of confusion, 90 cents a gallon. More in California than in Mississippi. Mississippi, the best pricing in gas, $1.89.1. We're at $2.78.5. Think about that one. Does that make you want... Well, wait a second. I think I've got some information. We didn't even talk about any of the excitement from over the weekend. Our favorite candidate in the news once again. Yes, Hillary's back in the news, still in the news. I don't know. I guess she might be on vacation right now. Oh no, she just walked in. I was wondering if she was going to get here. Amazing. Here's another one of those Hillary stories. One of her buddies, while she got $13 million in State Department grants under the Hillary Clinton State Department. Now, think about this one. Kicked out of doing business in many different areas, yet, what the heck is this guy's name? I'm going to find his name here in a minute, but big money from the State Department under Hillary Clinton. According to the Daily Caller, it's a report in the Daily Caller, Clinton ally got $13 million in State Department grants. $13 million of your money. Don't worry, that's yours, so she didn't have to get it. Now, spending money the way they want to, this is another one of those hypocrisies that comes from our friends on the left. George Clooney blasts obscene fundraisers. Now, I don't know what he defines as an obscene fundraiser, but he had one with $33,400 per person $33,400 per person for Hillary. And then he talks about obscene fundraisers. You just got to wonder where they come up with some of these things. But we'll continue chatting about it. And be sure to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Steve, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house.
XEPE 1700 AM Kita Baka Lipongan.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700.